with these kind of topics because they are so close to my heart. As you can see, this is the 62nd, times I am doing it, and so for that matter, when I speak about this topic, I speak probably not from my mouth but probably from my heart. Now let me go and tell you, what is so robotics and what is so rural. No, so let's watch a video here. So this is one of the robotic applications, and we call it more specifically Covertis, collaborative robotics, because this robot not only will go autonomously from one room to another, it will interact with the human being. If you give a slight push, now it will understand that it has been asked to move away, and then you will see that okay, it will leave that area and go to some other area. So this is one technology which evolved at IIT Delhi for last 10 years. And 2019, one of our ex-students have taken this as a product, and his company name is PR Robotics, PEER. And now with the PGI Chandigarh, we are in dialogue, to use such robots. The video what you see is from Sonipat in Haryana, and so it has been tested to explore whether it can be used in a hospital isolation ward. Now we are in dialogue with a PGI Chandigarh doctor, to use it for again transfer of materials and other applications which the doctors are asking us to take care. And talking about rural, let's watch another video. The improvement in batasa making process. So I'm not sure whether people have seen batasa making. I'm sure some of you might have seen it. So this is the way the batasa is made. And a few points to observe: the guy is wearing the sandal and he is stepping on the cloth on which the batasa, these things are formed. And obviously, as you can understand, it will not be very hygienic. Maybe we eat with a lot of gratitude to the gods and goddesses, and they take away all the darts and still make us healthy after eating it. The second point is the lots of heat come out of this kadai, and if it falls on the feet, it is also, it will burn the skin. And the third one is this position that's called squatting position, and not very comfortable with the stretch. For those who are studying robotics, they know that stretched hand means close to singularity. No? So obviously there will be a lot of effort will be required when the cantilever arm is very long. So to remove or to overcome all this, we took a project with the help of a nearby college whose students have done several stages. So this is the first stage. I think this is the traditional. So after the first stage, this is the testing going on. Several tests and feedback. Now we ask people to sit on a chair, and testing going on, and then this is the final version where this table is a sliding table. You can see, so that the person doesn't have to move much around. And obviously, this environment you can see. So that is another aspect one can look into it. But in this work, we have focused on the technical part. Now, being an AI people here in this program, I think I can immediately tell at least 100 AI related problems. But most often, when you or other researchers would take AI, they would take the AI problem from the net, from the Google God will tell you what to take. And Google God is guided by mostly the Western countries. No? So the problems which you will see, coming to in front of you are those which our society typically will not get benefited, and the solutions which you and I would like to solve, only industry will not take it, no, because they know that in the solutions developed 10 years ago in America or Europe now is already established. So they will buy that technology from them, no, including defense, ISRO. Even though we see some of the indigenous technologies, but if you go to the core of those things, many of them actually have been consultant from, probably America or elsewhere. At least one incident I can share with you when Indica came, in the market, about 20 years ago. Now we were so proud at least an Indian small car is in the market after Maruti. Maruti has been collaboration with Suzuki. But when I visited Tata Motors, I have understood that okay, the gearbox was actually consulted from Mercedes Benz actually. So these are not bad, certainly. But then what I'm saying is, you and I doing at our academic institute will not be taken by even our big companies like Tata's and all, Hero Honda and all this. So there is a mismatch. That is my actually focus throughout the discussion here. The one you want to do it, I want to do it. There is no taker for it. Actually. We do it for our academic purposes. We understand, we learn, and get a degree. But other than that thing, it does not have much of a practical value. No? On the other hand, the people who need solutions, actually, who are struggling because they don't have the proper educations, proper access to the technology. Because if they see an engineering college in the village, they think it is for the richer class, not for them. Actually. So they do not know whom to approach. So whatever they do, like the environment you are seeing here, batasa has been eaten by people for ages actually. So but still, this kind of semi-automation or mechanization has not reached this thing. Okay? So these kind of exposures have given me a lot of learning, and now when I do the research, I look at these two aspects. What is in front of you? Now, the overcome unemployability. The India, if you have a mobile in front of you or mobile system, you just give a Google search in another screen. The unemployability of Indian engineers, you will see an alarmingly high figure of 1995 around this range, which means that our engineers who are graduated, they don't have the skill of correlating the knowledge with the practice. And obviously, if we complain about the student, obviously students are the fruit of our academic systems, which means our teachers are not also able to provide that correlations. No? To be very honest, I get invitation from FDP program like this where they ask me to talk about space robots, biological robots, and I very politely deny. I say sorry, I am not expert in those things. I am only in the ground activity. So if you want me to share, I will share with you. So just taking few notes from internet and sharing with the crowd, it's not going to help you with the skill development. So this is something we need to take care of, whatever research or whatever research projects we do it. Then the second one is the impart through education. The education which does not help the common mass of people to equip themselves for the struggle for life, which does not bring out the strength of character, is it worth? It is a statement from Swami Vivekananda from his book, My India, the India Eternal. So these two are basically my, guiding factors to do what I want to do actually. So every time work comes to me, first I ask, does it fit in this category? If it does not fit, I will mold it actually in this category so that ultimately I do whatever is needed for the society. Brief introduction about robotics and AI. So I from mechanical mostly work on modeling and simulation, and this is the laboratory set up in 2010 with the funding from Bhabha Atomic Research Centers. And throughout my lecture today, that is the deal I had with Vijay. No, I am not able to talk anything about AI, but whatever technology I'm talking about, be it a robotics or be it a rural, no, you can give lot of AI inputs and make them really competitive in the Indian market. For example, if this robot costing about 22 lakhs, this is 5 axis, no 5 kilo payload, sorry, 6 axis 5 kilo payload. It's called KUKA KR5R. And one of my PhD students presently, he is a faculty at ISM Dhanbad. He took a training after we bought it, and during the training in the operation manual, he found out some statement where you can take the reading of the motors in order to check that whether it is functioning properly or not. And his job was to make it the compliant robot, so that if somebody is coming into its contact, it should not harm the person. That is number one. Number two, his job was to insertion of a pellet in a hole. Let's watch that thing first, actually, and then I'll tell the story. So you see, this is the. Is this video visible?
No, sir,
Is
it
this
is not
video
coming.
visible?
Visible, sir.
Okay.
Visible.
Yeah.
The robot is inserting something is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So you see, this even though we have a four-stroke sensor, but then what he did is he implemented some of the force sensing abilities by measuring the current flowing in the current. So even though the industrial robots do not have the force control abilities, but just knowing that operational manual that it has a current measurement, we could then program it little bit
Excuse me, sir.
differently.
Not
Yes.
visible, sir. Not visible.
Okay. Okay. Just 1 minute. Let me just go. I think I have to share the whole screen actually. So share content. Screen one number one, and is this visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Thank
Good.
you.
So you can see this robot is picked up a small cylindrical object and placing it in a hole. And since the clearance of the hole and the pellet is very small, 0.1 millimeter, so one need to have the force sensing abilities in order to find out, which direction is the hole is, and then we'll insert. Just watch for a few more seconds. I'll be quiet. Okay. So there is a four-stroke sensor here, but in addition to this four-stroke sensor, which measures the force of this interaction, in case some operator comes on the way by mistake, the modern day factories have the fences. If you enter the fences, immediately the robot will have a emergency halt. But the future generation robots, which are called cobots, they are supposed to work with human being. So here we made that industrial robot as a cobot by measuring its current, and then as soon as it touches a human being and it gets the resistance, and after a threshold value, we say okay, switch off the motor, so that the emergency stop instead of interlocking arrangement. Now we put that interlocking in a way indirectly in the robot itself by measuring its thing. So this is the way we made it more economic in a way. Now, since it is a AI related thing, now I'll show you that how our computer science professors have implemented computer graphics in this video. That this is a picture of the same robot, and I wanted to do the remote manipulation. So if you wanted to depend on the video feedback which is coming from this video camera here, there will be obvious time delay, and because of which no, you will not be able to control it properly. So what is being done here, some uh, hybrid things are done. So this, I know the robot kinematics, I know from the robotics knowledge, and these graphics, we have a software called RoboAnalyzer. So we have taken the graphics from the RoboAnalyzer. Only this local interactive zone has been mapped with the real zone. Rest of the things are artificial. I can see the background and the floor is not the same as the live one, because those are redundant. Who cares? No? So this portion, instead of taking live stream at every microsecond and nanosecond, so we take it at much larger time step, so that in between of this largest time step, the operator is seeing this motion due to the robot kinematics which has been performed mathematically on this graphical scene. So since operator is looking at the computer which is operating only the graphical calculation, so it is almost like instant. So he gets proper feel at some time interval which they have found out through some research, that okay, maybe at some interval they are updating it. So in case there are little error between the mathematics here and the real one here, so that adjustment they are doing it online here. And now you can see successfully they are able to pick up an object of 14 millimeter diameter and place it on the top of it, and this is a close view of that one. So whatever computer graphics, and other related thing. Now at this moment, one of my PhD student is working on the AI of it. So at this moment in this video, what you see is we are using basically robot kinematics. That means physics has been used. Now in AI, one of the application in modeling, which is my area of research, can I use AI techniques so that I can achieve what I want, but without doing the physics of it actually. So they have some reward scheme which I do not understand fully. So you ask to go somewhere, and if you measure the distance from your target to where the robot is, then it will give some penalty, so that it goes towards that, like a child learning certain new subject. So this robotics laboratory ran for about 6 years, and so this is our computer science background. This is mechanical. Now some of this knowledge, we have transferred to some different items. So one such item is here. So you can see this is a parallel robot arm. This one has 500 kilogram payload. So it has a 6 stretchable legs. And one of my colleague at Iit Delhi is now using it for etching of bones implants. So they keep, instead of this model here, they would keep the bone implants here and under a laser gun, and then the laser gun will take away little surface, so that what he claims, that when it goes inside the body, it will have better lubrication and longer life of the implant. But our purpose in this model was not that. What we use finally is for the okay. Yeah, we wanted to demonstrate in this, even though structurally it looks very simple, but inside its workspace, what you have seen is called the singularity. Now it actually lost its control, and that's why it has fallen suddenly. So when you design such things, now unless you look into these aspects, it becomes uncontrollable. Anyway, taking forward some of the calibration, other things. Now, as I said, society is one of my high agenda. So, in order to teach, one hand is unemployability of engineering students, but on the other extreme, we have very high rates of illiterates. And government schools are providing facilities, but they are not taking much interest, the teachers or as well as the student. So can we give them some gadgets to empower them with the technology and having the fun? So in this device, we have find A for Apple. If you touch Apple, you get a point. If you do not touch, you get another chance. So technology-wise, is very simple. It has only a scanner, laser scanner here, which is about 80,000 rupees. Otherwise, a projector and a computer, just computer and a laptop, and our program. That's it. So presently, we are testing it in a school in Delhi, where mostly children from the slum areas come, and so we wanted to see their ability of lining. So we feel we have a research paper on this thing where we claim that the ability of the lining is much better. Many times people suggest that what will be its utility compared to the video games or let's say computer software. Our claim is when your bodies are also in action involved, you learn better. So cognition wise, it has been stated in many places that okay, visually is one aspect, but if your body is also involved, motions are involved, you grasp better. This one, what I'm showing is a little fun. Two interns, one of them was a musician, so they thought having collaborative action between two robots and playing a guitar. So the whole algorithm is developed in about 2-3 months when they are here. Acha, that compliant part I talked about now. So you can see here I am demonstrating that one of the PhD student is showing maybe even better. This one will be better. No? Just wait and he will show. Yeah, so here two robots are actually colliding with each other, and here you see as soon as it touches, it stops. No, so that was my student Arun Dayal. This guy is Amir, but Arun is ISM Dhanbad faculty. So he got this idea of controlling the current from the motor and get this kind of feature. Okay, that was just passing by. I wanted to show you. Now you can see the video playing. Okay. So it's playing Janagana Mana tune here. So actually, this kind of encouragement, we let students utilize, and there they can learn. In this particular video, it is not only the musical notes to the computer codes to the this is KRL, which is the robot programming language. No, so that's mostly hardware I have talked about. Now for the software part, obviously, to learn topics, the robotics is my book, which talks about the basics of robotics, kinematics, dynamics. And then we found as a part of unemployability observations that people are not actually learning robotics, even though many times they say we are following your book, and anybody's book for that matter they can follow, but when they come for interview they could not even answer what is the degree of freedom of the system, even though they say that I have taken two courses in robotics, one robot control and AI robot, or maybe industrial robotics, something like that, no? So for helping this kind of understanding, so we thought, okay, let's create a software, what we call Robot. For example, it's a two-link arm. I wanted to teach many of you, for example, forward kinematics, and I can guarantee in 30 seconds I can teach what forward kinematics means. So if this is your upper arm and this is a lower arm, like a robot arm, two arm, forward kinematics means if you rotate first joint and second joint by certain angle, let's say 0 to 180 degree and 0 to 90 degree, how the fist or the gripper will move, that's called forward kinematic. So let's press forward kinematic icon here and play the video. So this result giving 0 to 180 and 0 to 90, how it has traced is forward kinematic. So that's I explain you about 30 to 40 seconds time. Right? Now, if I have to teach what is an inverse kinematics means, which is the reverse problem, if I tell you it has more solutions, immediately you will be, you're will be shocked. How come it can have more solutions? Okay, So then let's see how it can have more solution. The same robot arm, I take it to our planar and I say, okay, please move point one of this endpoint. How much is the angle I have to move first joint and second joint? It's a reverse question, right? So it says you move, if you want to go zero, if you want to move point one and point one, so this is point one and point one. So this is one solution 0 and 90. Show me the second solution and this is another solution, right? And now once you see this thing, then you ask yourself question, what is it happening? Then soon you will get realize that if I give you a function like y equal to x square, a nonlinear function, given x value, any value of x, you will get one solution of y. But if we give you any value of y, that x will have two solutions. So similar thing happens here, relationship between x and y of this point versus theta 1 and theta 2 will lead to this kind of nonlinear equations, and that will lead to more solutions than required. Okay. Then in a lighter mode, the more we have it, more difficult we have it. Now many of you may not agree immediately, but I can assure you, if you have more, it is a more problematic than less or one. If I give you 3 jobs immediately, now all of you will be puzzled compared to the person who has only one job. So that is the only job he or she has to join. But if I give you 3 jobs, now immediately you may start thinking, कहाँ पे join करे? No, some students told me earlier, sir, जहाँ पे maximum salary है वहाँ पे join करेंगे, right? The maximum salary I will join. So I said, assume maximum salary is in ONGC, and that posting is in the middle of the Arabian Sea. No, so you have to stay after months there. You get chance to come back home only once in a year. No, will you join? So you see, so here also more solution means which one to take, which brings another problem in your mind. So that's why it is more difficult. I'm not showing more here. You can download this software. It's a priceless software from our website robotanalyzer.com. And for those who are teaching robotics, they can have fun not only while teaching but also probably the students. If there are any mechanical participants are there, for them this is the information. After getting inspired by Robot Analyzer, we thought let us create a similar tool for mechanism analysis. For example, this is a 4-bar mechanism. You can show how the 4-bar moves. Then if I ask you what is the application of a 4-bar, I will show you maybe wiper mechanism here. So and then you see windshield wiper. So that's one of the application of 4-bar linkage. So again, the objective is to how to make the education fun, because otherwise the way we do in our colleges, we as a teachers, memorize the content on the previous day of the class, and then we go to the next class, we vomit on the blackboard or the projectors, and come back and try to forget. And the same thing is being copied by our students. They will keep the notes on the day before the exam, they will memorize and they'll vomit on the exam day and then forget. So ultimately, when the question comes as far as the grades are concerned, obviously we'll get some grades. Majority of the people will pass, right? And then, but there is no linking between the things you learn and things you practice. So it is highly important, that okay, we focus those areas as well. Okay, so now being Indian, we have a problem of lack of self-respect. Lack of self-respect. Anything Indian, we generally consider is not good. If I ask you, the participants, how many of you are using Indian refrigerator, Indian car, Indian mobile, Indian washing machine, Indian dishwasher? Very few will be able to tell that okay, no, they have these the Indian products, right? Because by our experience, we think anything Indian is bad, and we even do not try before you even consider it is a bad or good. Actually. So it is important. We are, after all, Indian, by citizen or by birth, and unless we start respecting ourselves, who else you will respect? Do you think that America, Europe, Japan will come and say, hey, No, you are great unless you show the greatness. No, of course we are great in yoga and meditation. That's why we are getting praised by them. Even in COVID, we get that attention as well. So here in the terms of robotics, so this is one of the robot, the same robot as we have seen in COVID, but now it is for industrial application. So this is the obstacle avoidance, as you can see, right? And now the robot will pass the obstacle. I'll go a little fast forward here. See, this is what I was mentioning, the intention, no? He's actually is not turning the whole vehicle. He showed the intention that you please turn, and then the motors are immediately on. It's like your power steering system of your car, no? When you want to turn right, no, the power assist will come into picture, and you get the feel that it is almost no effort your car got turned, no? Otherwise, if the power is not there, you will not be able to turn the steering wheel at all. Yeah, again, once it understood that there is no job, it goes to its original home. Okay, talking about robotics at IIT Delhi, as I said, 2010 is that activity. However, our activity started way back in 85 or so, but I joined in 96. So since then, slowly, we have been trying to come together and form groups. So 2010, that project has given a lot of boost. So all these people around here been working, from 2010. And now last year, we formed what is called the Center of Excellence on biologically inspired robots and drones. And we have been hiring people. So recently, we have open positions for postdoctoral fellows till May 15th. So we have not processed them yet, but if anybody is interested to do research with us, they are welcome to contact us, and we will see how positions can be created for them if they are a good one actually. And in a similar line, recently Department of Science and Technology has approved what they call Technology Innovation Hub for Covertis. Covertis means collaborative robotics, the kind of robot you have seen in the previous slide video. So in this website, we have some basic information because this hub has to be a company, and we are forming the company. And once the company formed, the activity will be in full swing. Now it is still in the planning stage. Ministry will fund up to 150 crores. However, our activity might be 300, 400 crores, and we have to develop technologies. I told you about PGI activity, Chandigarh, that is with PR Robotics, we are working on it. The AIMS Delhi has a requirement of ultrasonography to be done by a robot arm using a teleoperation by a doctor. So that one company in Noida, they are trying to integrate a ready-made arm from their CSR funding. And yesterday I had another discussion with another Indian manufacturer for the arm. They are also showing interest. So these are the technologies we will be jointly doing. No, AIMS, IIT Delhi, and the company, or PGI Chandigarh, IIT Delhi, and the company. No, so that way, for those who are interested to, in fact, this TIH, we have more than 25 institutes, industries, from India, outside India. Many NITs are there, many IITs are there. No, so even though our closing dates are over for the first round of collaborative projects, but keep eye on this site. Whenever you are interested, send me an email or go through this website, and you can also take part to develop technologies. So now I'll talk about Robocon. All these activities got a real boost from what I started with Robocon activity with Doordarshan way back in 2002. The Robocon is a competition held in India since 2002, and we have been participants to Robocon from 2003 onwards. And 2019 we conducted the Robocon at Iit Delhi, and 2022, we will be collaborating with Doordarshan to conduct the international Robocon in the Delhi NCR region. No? So let us watch a few minutes of video from last year's Robocon, and I'll tell you why Robocon is so important for those who want to really develop the hardware, be it a robotics, be it a AI, be it a control, any robotics technology, how this can help all of us actually, teachers, the students, both.
Let us move fast forward. So what I'm going to tell you here, you see the game plan of such Robocon competition is known about a year in advance, and usually about 6 to 8 months to prepare. And then you can imagine from the design concept to design to replication to debug. And then finally the best team may not win. 2019, the crowd of the university's robot was playing beautiful. But in the final, it was the electrical of engineering who basically won the competition. And then so the skill we talked about, automation of skill in India, And I think this actually developed a skill not only the student, I can learn new things. For example, where to buy, nut gold, or I didn't know, I learned from this students only what I didn't know means, Otherwise, it is very alien to me at that point of time. And for the students, in the first year students, if they have to go to the market, have to buy a gold, they will go and say, give me gold. Actually. And then the shop owner will say, what size? Size? मेरे को पता नहीं क्या size है, immediately we will call, So you see, when we in this classroom, we go something and they say, this is a gold.
Sir, your voice is disturbing, sir. Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
Is it better now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm saying is, suppose if a student goes to market to buy a bolt, typically the shop owner will say, what is the size of the bolt you want? Immediately he will call his senior and ask, what is the bolt size? See, when we in a classroom, when he say, okay, draw a bolt, they will draw a rectangle. And then when in school, they said they would know what you are talking about, M20, M30, no clue, right? So, but when they go to the market, actually the market people is teaching that thing, so the experience is teaching, that way, they learn what industry would be looking for, and I call that they become industry ready. So anyway, from 2008 onwards, we wanted to teach what is the reliability and robustness. The making system is one aspect, and this is some of the examples here. This is the first in 2008. So what we did is we kept this robot 24 hours unattended in our student activity center. So with the gradual 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 19, now we have a collaboration with the Japanese university now, and we connected from Japan to India for a remote control of mobile robot. But one of the robot which was communicated was using in our lecture hall complex to act as a surveillance robot. So the earlier robot, what you have seen, was following a line, but now I think we have upgraded to autonomous, as you can see here. So here a lot of AI application can be done, but because I am not AI expert, so I could not do it. So I am focusing more on the mechanical part. But students are doing something on their own, which many of those things I won't know, except they tell me that this is for this purpose. I said, inside whatever you do, I am least bothered about it. I need this function should be there. For example, this is a surveillance purpose. I said it should go around our lecture complex and take the videos and pass the video to the security personnel, so that they don't have to go every hours. The robot can go every alternate hour at the beginning, and once it stabilizes, it can continuously patrol. So I can give my the person a more intelligent job rather than a dull job to just walk around actually. Well, these videos are all there in the website. So in order to save time, because at the end I wanted to talk about the project part, what Vijay asked me to do. So this you can give under RoboMuse series. If you type RoboMuse YouTube, Iit Delhi, you will get it. So a lot of we are using ROS and gazebo simulation and all those the modern terminologies. The students are learning. And RoboMuse 5, I have already showed you. The peer robotics. Okay, what we started doing is we started sharing this technology. You see, 2002, 2008, 19. So we are talking almost like a decades of every technology. In India, we have a tendency that every 2-3 years we change our topic. Today, if I'm working in robotics, maybe 5 years down the road, I will work in biomechanics. 10 years down the road, maybe some new terminology will come like AIML kind of thing. Now, the whole country will be jumping on this thing now without having a prior experience. And the prior experience for which these terms come to us is actually originated in some of the developed countries, and we jump onto it, to create manpower. So in a way, when you create manpower, means we are effectively creating coolies actually, so which means whatever technology is coming to our country, we are able to handle it actually. That's it. But we are not able to really develop. Okay. So we started sharing this technology, and what we are doing is we share the technology of our robots and other hardware already. Uh, MEC Hyderabad, and then IIT Jodhpur, not Jodhpur, IIT Jammu. We have shared our mobile robot technology, and now they are developing experiments. And it's a good thing for us in order to understand how good the designs made by us, because when they give us the feedback, we are more proactively interacting with them. So indigenous growth will be possible. Confidence to build similar products by those who are taking from us. If Iit Delhi has done it, we can also do it. Is what is the big deal? So indirectly, we are encouraging improvement of the product in terms of reliability. I know if IIT Madras has used it, for example, and had no complaints, so which means it is quite reliable. So I can do this marketing to the outside, and at the end of few years, I can tell the company, he see 5 institutes have used it for last 5 years. Here it is, you can make it and sell it. I'll spend about next 5-10 minutes talking about the rural part and how the AI and robotics can also serve that sector, as I told in the beginning, who are actually eagerly waiting for our inputs to be going to that technology domain. So here what you see, picture of making carpet. So we
also give you a special attention for funding.
any point here? So what I call is innovative R&D approach. So far, what I have talked about is innovative teaching approach. No, in the teaching, in addition to blackboard teaching, or the typical projects we do, if you could deviate little bit and do something, and then club with those things, you could get a much better skill than what it is. In fact, Robocon activity has yielded at least 10 to 12 different startup companies who sell motors, controllers to all the student clubs in the country, who are interested to learn robotics. Talking about the rural part, this is something related to the carpet weaving. We have about 10-15 years of experience of developing different technologies. I'm not showing the video here. I'm jumping into another activity which is called Rural Technology Action Group. 7 IITs have this center from the principal scientific advisor to the government of India. And here I have put about a couple of slides with the videos there. Let's say if I take this one of my favorite one. So this is the way the Tulsi Mala beads. So Tulsi Mala is the garlands out of Tulsi beads are sold in temples in large numbers. And the way these kind of beads are formed in area called the Bharatpur in Rajasthan is run a tape recorder motor, and this is the Tulsi stem, and there is a tool. And once the bead is formed, the person will actually use his finger to stop. Not he actually, it's a she, because it's mostly done by the women. In this case, our lab staff is doing it. So there are a lot of muscle pains generate here, and then there is a battery, even though the village has electricity. So what we produce is this, which has been captured by Amrita University in Amritapuri. Okay. So now the question comes, no, even though many of us are very passionate of doing this kind of thing, but we as a faculty, many times feel like if I do this kind of thing, no, but when do I publish papers? Because my director, my principal will not promote me unless I publish papers. So it is important that I publish papers, which is not bad in a way because I know what is the innovations I have done while I'm writing the paper because reviewer will not accept the paper unless this is innovation. So I'll be always interested to explore, even though we have the innovation, but we are very poor at expressing it. No, so this is something we are also learning in parallel now how to take out the innovation content. No, so women empowerment by technology supported manufacturing of beads from Holy Basil. No, is published in a journal, the Indian journal, Indian Academy of Science from Bangalore. They publish it. So here we write everything. So this is the traditional one. This is the base part, the mechanical switch here. No, then we provide the electronic switch here, and then the fabrication, the circuit, the testing. No. So what is important here is you see this research topic. If you give a Google search now, the Tulsi Mala bead making, highly possible that our paper will be popping up as the first one. But if I type robot kinematics, my paper will come probably in the 50th page or the 100th page, which indirectly tells the contribution of this area is very innovative in nature or the first of its kind. So you become a leader in this area, and this kind of requirements is not only in our country; it is the whole Africa is waiting for it. South Asia is waiting for it. No, so the whole, more than 50% of the world we can help actually. But if we are not doing this kind of stuff, so we are actually not letting this growth to happen, which the potential is within us actually. So similarly, we have what we call ship sharing device, and this is a water measurement device. And since it's an AI program, I will tell you one of my students gave me this idea. He said, "Can I introduce the AI here or IoT here?" I said, "What do you want to do?" "No, sir, I will make a automatic counting of how many beats these women are making in, so that I would know the effectiveness. Or once we give the training to somebody, how effectively it is using. This is one way of doing it. The second is these kind of equipments are given mostly as a free because many people do not want to buy it. So if I wanted to know that what is the effectiveness, am I getting output? No. So many such things can be done automatically by introducing many of such things. And talking about the RUTAC activity, recently we have taken a project. Hello. Yeah. Recently, we have taken a project with NIT Durgapur students, no, where there is a requirement from West Bengal and some places that the pan, the beetle leaves actually, it is sold on an auction. So the the seller, can you put your mics on mute because your neighboring person's voice is coming. So what happens is they wanted to auction, and then the counting is very laborious one after another. So they're looking for some kind of artificial intelligence, robotics, automation kind of thing. So we are working on this. So next week we have a meeting with the boy also, and hoping in 3-4 months time we will come up with a certain solution. So we have a Rutak compendium which is downloadable free from our website, which is rutak.iitt.ac.in, and there are 52 technologies are there inside. So you can see the list of technologies from 7 IITs. So whichever place you are, you can contact the nearest IIT if you want to get engaged. Not only the projects which are here for adoption, but you can also contribute. Like for me, IIT Jodhpur, one faculty has done what is called the feature farming, and now the technology is been transferred to the villager. This is from IIT Bombay. It's called fishing cage. And now the NIT Durgapur students, as I just mentioned, they are working with us on some projects. So, and then there are a lot of automation can be done and AI, as I have the next slide. So this is a project we have proposed to our principal scientific advisor. I will spend 1 minute on this. So these kind of scenarios are very common around us, particularly for those who live in the cities. So every morning we will see, sabji le lo, no? The people are shouting. So there have been attempts to make comfortable cars. So IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, and IIT Ahmedabad, many of them have come up with different designs. Some of them are shown here. Not only the vehicle, but also the self-life enhancement abilities with the refrigeration systems are also incorporated. But for some reason, Ministry of Rural Development has some reservation that okay, people are not adopting it. Why, nobody knows. But our RUTAC centers have been forced that can we come up with our designs. So recently, I started doing some literature survey with the help of two boys from Delhi Technical University. So I said, okay, why only vehicle? I'll make a smart vending, just like my mobile robot, as you have seen. That okay, when this guy is wanted to push, of course, it will come with a cost. So there could be various versions. Then you see, if you just give a push, no, this teller should go straight, avoiding obstacles and stuff like that. One. The second could be, I can have a, estimate using AI techniques that what should be the freshness of all the vegetables here. Maybe this guy using his mobile, take a pictures and run a app and tell, okay, the freshness level is such that it can wait another 5 days with the temperatures, last 2 days temperature, or what is the volume remaining, or if the mobile app can be created that okay, this he's selling today is not so good, so what is the next place he can go, so he can, just like Arogya Setu for our COVID, similar app he can find 2 kilometers away there is an empty slot, nobody has gone for last 2 days, maybe that is a good place. So our proposal to this thing is mechanical card, improvement the self life, estimation of the self life through AI/ML, and locate the empty area as I just said. No? And we wanted to create several versions of this. So basically, it's the same knowledge. Is this wireless car, on this thing, but I wanted to make it for our people, and in that way, not only you are creating knowledge for the people to empower them with the technology, so that they feel pride, and of course for the cost part, they will not buy all the same time. Just like a mobile, when it was 10,000, nobody was buying it, but now it is only 800 rupees, 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, up to 50,000 rupees. So depending on that thing, and there could be schemes. Those are the new business ideas can come. How to create the schemes and those kind of things. So if you are not doing it actually, if not as an interest, but at least as a researcher social responsibility, as companies do it as a corporate social responsibility, then obviously somebody has to take a lead, and generally it is a big brother, big sister has to take a lead. So if India we do not feel as a big brother, big sister, of course the developed countries will take a lead. And one such experience I have seen that okay, in America there are several programs, and this book is published long years ago, designed for the other 90%, which means 90% of the population on this earth live below poverty level. So people need to give solution. So here somebody has done a solution that okay, these women can directly drink water from the roadside collected water. So this thing acts as a filter, no? Okay, the project part I will do after I conclude this presentation, and maybe quick 1 or 2 minute questions. So in conclusions, what I said is Robocon experience as an innovative teaching and learning process, RUTAC as a way of innovative research, and as a result, what I'm doing it, or what we are doing it as an inclusive education, which is one of the primary agenda at the beginning, is possible by connecting engineering minds with the society. And here again, another experience. Okay, so acknowledgement to all our family members and their kids. Without their support and their sacrifice of the time, we could not spend so much time on our development. So thank you very much. That's my website. That's the email. That's the mobile. Open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So here I'll stop for 1 or 2 minutes, before I talk about the project part, which will be my next slide. No. So let us stop here for 2 minutes. So if there are questions, so please ask or write on the chat. I'll answer from there. Thank you very much for the kind attention. But don't leave, because project is the main part of today's event of me coming here actually. I'm just giving a little break. Go ahead with the questions. No questions? 97 people are there out of 436. Is that true? 436?
Yeah, please ask question if you have any queries.
Maybe on करके सारे चला गया होगा most probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead. देखता कुछ चैट में कुछ क्वेश्चन आया क्या? चैट में कुछ नहीं आया. No sir. Informative session. ठीक है, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my name is Shakina.
Thank
I
you.
had been graduated from BIT Mishra.
Yes.
When I was in masters, I have done an experiment on monitoring methane gas emissions in paddy fields.
Okay.
Okay. So may I know if like that monitoring is being done by autonomous quadcopters, sir?
Okay.
So, okay, by seeing your session, I was like literally very interested, and this session is very informative. So, may I know if there were any user-friendly equipment that will be available to monitor the methane gas emissions, sir, in paddy fields?
I don't have any ready-made information for you.
Okay,
But
sir.
I think if you are interested, you can do some search and see where you go.
Okay, sir.
And
അതെ 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 ഇതുവരെ ഉള്ളതെല്ലാം കൂടി അങ്ങ് മേടിച്ചേക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ
we can guide you in that direction. If you need any help later, you can contact me.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. But it is really interesting and informative, sir.
Thank you.
So it will create an opportunity for the rural unemployed people.
Yes.
Make in
Yes.
India is possible with your with your initiation.
Yes.
So it's a great initiation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Here I have a point. As a faculty with less knowledge of this thing, you have shown today how can I be part of this your initiative. Now this desire itself has made you already part, so you are already part of it actually. Now the next is you have to participate being a part of it. So means you go study what kind of projects we do, and you decide, because you are the boss of yourself, whether you want to start anything or you wanted to take part in our activity. You just write me an email, or we have a Rutak email also, and we'll have some engagement. But knowing itself, we already have taken part. Okay. So very useful information, valuable information. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Sir,
Source code for feedback. Course code for feedback, please. No, this is not for me, I think. I love this session. Thank you. I love you too. Kindly share your PPTs. Well, PPT I'll share, but will this PPT will have the good opportunity to see you very often, or it will be in your folder and not be seen for next 5 years actually. So if you think that it will have a good luck, these PPTs will have a good luck to see you very often, then only take it. Otherwise, it may not be so useful actually. Kindly share PPT. Very interesting. Thank you, sir. When our education system will change to gain knowledge from practical instead of the theory. That is the thing I am also talking about it. So I have initiated my role. You please initiate your role, and then only it will change. So Gandhiji has said, no, no, please be the change. No? So I become the change. I wanted to become more change. So you become, and we become a more stronger team actually. Saha sir, how could be done initiative like RUTAG really reach the target farmers, vendors, and the society? Well, one aspect is reaching the farmer. Even if it does not reach, I still consider it is a valuable experience for me to know my own country and my students to know their own country actually. Your other research or my other research on robotics have not reached to any industry yet, right? So as far as the reaching is concerned, it may not reach in either of these places because many things depend on government policies, local politics, the mindset of the people who should use it. So it is not that easy actually, no? But at least, as I said at the end, connecting engineering minds with the society. So I know my society, I know the problem, I can solve the problem. That kind of confidence I get it, and I become the top of the Google page. No, that is a more satisfaction I get it. No, is technology is responsible? You see, somebody is making a mistake here. What I said, no, unemployability. Unemployability is not good that you have raised this issue. Is not meaning of unemployment. Unemployment means a job does not exist. Unemployability means job exists in large numbers, but the people are not worthy to be hired. At least at this moment, I have at least 5 to 10 positions under the Technology Innovation Hub, but I am not able to hire persons because of their quality, right? So please do not mix up this thing. It is not the technology. Technology is actually creating opportunities. When computers came in 80s in our country, there are a lot of hue and cry was there. It will create unemployment. But today, if India is considered semi-rich, it is because of the software boom, and we are called as a IT giants basically in the world. So please do not mix it up. It is unemployability which goes with the quality of the people. When I say people, it is both students and teachers. So we have to be. Namaste, namaste, thank you, namaste. I surely follow, sir. Good, thanks, sir. How can my student be part of your work? How to take this initiative to my students? I will soon share something which will be okay. You are awesome, sir. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me quickly spend another 5-7 minutes on the project part. And I don't. I think Vijay loved it in the last session. I hope he loved it actually. And when I said, "Will you adopt in the next session?" he said, "Yes," and that's why I'm here. So the first part was little starter for you to get to know whether you want to listen to me or not to listen to me. That is the starter for last 1 hour. Now it's the real stuff. So I gave Vijay. I gave a name now actually. I call it a top program, top activity, a top program, and it is called team-based online projects. And yesterday I had a talk with a company in Kolkata, and day before yesterday I had a talk to a company in Delhi. So now we are thinking whether should we do countrywide exercise or not. So this is I am coining this idea. So the success or the experiences of these FDP programs will make us more stronger whether to go countrywide or worldwide. Because online means anybody can participate from one. And for the business houses, they have to be earning money. So those things we are coordinating. But now FDP, no money by the participant. So what is expected from you, please listen. And in the last program, we had extremely good feedback. So you will be forming a team. So we propose 4 in a team, and it will be decided by the coordinator. That Vijay will do some shuffling of the list. He has it. Now 476 is a large number, so I think 4. I don't know how to manage that. I and Vijay will talk and figure it out how to do it. And then the first member of the team, it could be 4, maybe we may make it 6 also. Now first member would be called the coordinator. If the first member is not traceable, then anybody from that team members list can decide amongst themselves who could be the coordinator, like a leader of the team. Right? Leader of the team and actually is a servant of the team. If you remember when our Prime Minister Narendra Modi become Prime Minister first time, the first Independence Day, the speech, he said Pradhan Mantri means Pradhan Sevak, the prime servant actually. And I feel the same. The team, actually is a servant because he or she acts on behalf of others. Now, projects. What would be the projects? Projects should be from the FDP topics. So the first hint is from FDP topic. It could be one of these three type: LS type, AD type, DS type. So LS means studying some aspect in detail. Algorithmic type means analyzing using a software or write your own program. Design synthesis mean, can somebody mute it because echo is coming? So design synthesis mean you may conceive a new design. Just now somebody was talking about drone based something. So maybe in this program for next 2-3 days, you may give a little bit more thought in a more team wise, so that everybody's input are taken and maybe something happen, and then later on you can take it forward for making it, testing it, and asking for funding agency for fun. Each team must spend 30 to 60 minutes every day online or phone, which is not a very big amount of time. Then at the end of the project, for the 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 10 days, you will present 6 slides in PDF to be uploaded by the last day of the program. Evaluation will be done by the next 3 teams. So if team 1 is submitting the slides, team 2, 3, 4 will evaluate. Vijay, please remember this thing, not one team, it's 3 teams, so that the biases are nullified. Otherwise, if it is one team, it might be biased. So 3 teams biases. So organizers will interact on a some specified date at the end of the program. When I say organizer, since I am volunteering to make this thing happen, I will also come and join in the Vijay. And then the best team, I am ready to sponsor my book, whether it's a 4-member team or 5-member team, irrespective of that thing, Introduction to Robotics by me. Now you may ask, sir, what do I gain out of these benefits of the top? No, the benefits of the top for the participants would be as follows. Active participation with the speakers. For example, if you are taking a topic from ML, for example, and the ML speakers will come day after tomorrow, then based on your Google search, little literature or little knowledge for your project, you will be get acquainted with some terminologies, and then when the speaker will tell something which you have never heard earlier, but during the project you got to know some terminologies, so you will be feel more interested to listen to the speaker more. Or if you have not understood something from the Google, you will be able to ask. So your participation will be more active than just inactive listeners actually. Because of the online or even offline, I have seen it. Now people will just keep their eyes open, but nothing getting listened. And if the opportunity is there, they will play with their mobile. So active participation does not happen. And the organizers spend money on the speakers. Speakers take the effort to come, but actually nothing happens. So, but here, this expectedly, this will be giving better understanding. Each participants will know at least 3 colleagues from other colleges and states. So this is the feedback we got during the last one. One person from Coimbatore said, so because of this project, I made 3 friends from 3 different states. Practice how to work together in a team, because generally our education system is individualistic approach, and we keep doing it. Even at faculty, we try to write our own project, and that's it. So here you have, and we know unity is a strength. So unless you are united, the strength will not come. Learn how to make a presentation. I have seen presentation, one slide with about 200 words, which is not acceptable. So if you do that kind of mistakes, we'll point it out, or your other teams will point it out. The friendship you generate here can be utilized for future collaboration in terms of procuring equipment. For example, you want a new equipment, you can ask your colleagues whom you made friends to this FDP or similar FDPs, do you have that? How much it costs? Creating syllabus, maybe there is a syllabus change is happening, you can ask them. Otherwise, asking XYZ people, they will not entertain you. Writing joint papers, guide students jointly, writing sponsor project to AICT, UGC, DST, etc. and then comparing when you are reviewing the other projects, you know how good or bad work is done. So I didn't have to tell you that it's good or bad. You may say, sir, I'm not from IIT standard, so certainly it is bad. But then when you see that a similar college has done something better, which you liked it, so these are called the induction learning, actually, peer learning. So this is a peer learning, from the, yeah. So with this, I now stop my project concept also. And so if you have questions from the project aspects, you can ask by voice or by chat, both. And I'm sure project has already started. I do not know. Vijay, has it started or it will going to start from tomorrow?
Yeah, sir, already the message was sent before the starting the program.
Okay.
So they might have started working and
But the teams are not formed yet, right?
yeah, team we have formed, sir. And
You are formed. How
sharing
many teams have become now?
total, sir, participants 150 and the
Okay.
team list I have to see, sir. I just got message.
Anyway, so whatever it is, I think we can discuss later offline. But let's see whether there are any questions here in the chat. Chat, sir, literature survey, how many papers should be taken? You see, when we were child actually, or the school going, our parents used to tell many things, and we complained, right? We complained that we don't have any freedom. So if nothing has been stated by the organizer, why don't you take it as a freedom? You do it whatever you like, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 100, 500, 600, no, it's your choice. You see, this is another aspect. No, it's good that somebody has asked this question. So far, from our childhood, our parents told what to study, where to get admission, where to job, where to get married, no. So all these things. So we are always guided by things. So please take your decisions, and this way you will learn, no, make mistakes, and then come out of that mistake, which is important. Okay. I also given their literature survey. No, I don't know what does it mean. So if you have given literature survey, it is okay, but literature survey you have to be little careful because there is a tendency of shortcuts. Our human mind is very naughty. They want always the shortcuts. And generally there is a attitude of cut paste from some sources. If you do it, do it for the sake of knowledge gaining. Because you see, certificates will be given anyway. Okay, and please take this opportunity as a self-learning abilities. We are just creating the opportunities for you for the self-learning. Otherwise, taking exam by the organizer is also kind of what we call is a spoon feeding. It is your subject, you learn. But I thought only score is not so effective, so I requested Vijay to try this. Let's see. I have not joined any team. Do you need to talk to each other? Yes, obviously you have to talk to each other. And if you have not, the team, see the list. Your list should contain your team member name and their mobile number, or maybe the email address at least. From which college? So check, I think ask Vijay. He has created the list. Ask Vijay to see which team you are in. I have not joined. Okay, done. Teams will be formed by Vijay sir. I think it's already been done. Maybe Vijay, is it done already?
Yeah, done, sir.
It is done. It will be shared with you very soon, if not already. DNT, try people be patient. DNT means? DNT, I
ENTC
don't know.
engineering. ENTC engineering.
Okay, the college name, okay. Yes, sir, sure, sir. We'll take this as a good platform. Okay, good.
It's don't worry, sir. DNT worry. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Okay, I'm also
People
learning
be
from you.
patient.
Okay, don't worry. So, okay, I'm also learning from you. I don't have no knowledge of coding. Will a team member will have the one coder. You see, whatever is not mentioned, please use your freedom as best possible manner. No, but whatever you do, do with certain logic. No, don't come and tell. I will tell you one incident of the last session. I mean, last session, last FDP. Now, one group has given a presentation of 5-10 slides, even though we said 6 slides, and they are actually cut paste from somewhere, some textbook it appeared to be, or some course content used by some other professors elsewhere. So, and that happened to be, unfortunately, is my area. So I asked, these happen to be from the from some sources. Now, first you did not acknowledge, so it is called plagiarism. So first you would learn what is plagiarism mean. The second thing is that, no, do you understand what you have done? They say, sir, we have a very little time, and we had only 1 day time. No, so we just one of our colleagues have done this, and he has made a presentation. Very fine. So I said, what is this L in the Lagrangian equations of motion? So after about 20 seconds of quietness, one lady has answered, so L means the length of the beam, the robot beam. And then immediately somebody from the crowd has prompted that this is a Lagrangian. So I told the lady, this is not correct. Then she said, I did not do it. You see, this is called what is professionalism. If you did not do it, why do you answer? You may say, my colleague has done it and he is not available. I don't have the answer. Sorry, sir.
Even she attended your program, sir, TQ program, that was a
Yes.
12 days program.
Okay. Okay, so you are comparing our psychology with good real-time example. Thanks a lot, sir, for your input. We'll definitely working. Okay, fine. I think people are already geared up for the project, and I think they will do a good job. When does your program finish, Vijay? Today is the last day.
Yes, sir. Today is the last date.
Achha, so then he has to give some time for the project.
Oh, yes, sir. Sir, given up to 16th, sir. 16th, the last
16th.
day
Okay.
to
So
submit the
that
project.
projects, okay.
Oh,
So
yes, sir.
let me ask Vijay, in case there is an interaction session is required, I don't mind coming for an hour. So Vijay, do you think our interaction session will be required because they may have certain doubts and clarifications? So mid-path corrections actually.
Yeah,
Can you say that way?
I learned, sir, from you, then I can resolve it.
So can we decide the date now itself so that they know today itself that okay, 17th if they have to submit. So
Okay.
then today is what, 12, 13, 15th. 15th is very packed up for me, but still I can try. I can try 15th. Let's see, 10:30, 11:30. In the evening, I can give some time. No, if you want. 6 o'clock, I can give about an hour, 6 to 7. Do you think it will be useful, or we just go directly to the submission? Vijay,
Yes, sir.
do you think we should give time or directly go to the submission?
Sir, it depends, sir. It depends upon you whether you get
Okay, let's
time or
ask.
not.
Okay, let's do like this. I'm keeping 6 p.m. now on 15th for as a question mark. If some participants raise that okay they would like to have an interactive session before they submit the final, right? So or they don't have right. Let us come for at least I will come for half an hour. If they are interested, let them join. Otherwise, we chit chat and then we vanish.
But sir, that one part I can handle, sir. Before the
अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है ठीक okay.
But sir, that
I,
on that evolution day, you are
हाँ.
required, sir.
Okay, so some people are saying that will be useful. So let us fix up on 15th, 6 p.m. Will come available for the participants for any clarification for half an hour to 45 minutes.
Okay.
If they join within half an hour, then only 6 to 6:30 will come.
Okay.
Okay?
6 to 6:30, sir.
6 to 6:30. In case I cannot come, you can come and you can clarify at least. And you can call me. I will be in a different meeting. But I think it will be over by 6 o'clock for me. So 6 to 6:30 I can come. Okay, good.
Yes.
So thank you and enjoy all the participants, the project, and I think it will be good exercise, and I think you will learn many things. Yeah, not 6th. Okay. Let me write it. It is Monday, June 15th, 6 p.m. for 30 minutes.
So, sir, this is before submitting the project, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Submitting is 17th, 11:59 p.m.
Okay.
And this is just before that, in case they wanted to see the things in the right direction, because there are many serious people out there.
Yeah.
So they would be liking, and it's a good interaction with them. Maybe midterm corrections they can do it actually if they like.
Yeah.
Okay, so good. So thank you everybody, and have a nice day ahead.
Yeah.
Shall I log out?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Sir.
Yeah. So we will meet at 3 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
And
Okay, sir.
Meet
whatever
at
the
3,
test
sir.
I will share it through mail.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, sure. Very.
Bye. Thank you. But you come.
And this session
Please
was
come
very interactive, sir. Today.
at 3 p.m. And
Okay, we will come.
also prepare for feedback.
Okay, we are submitting the feedback.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.